Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. The year is 2017. God of War just showed off its second gameplay trailer. Capcom came out of left field with a trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and it looks like that. That's rather unfortunate. All right, guys, nothing to see here. Let's go home. Wait, what's this? Capcom Presents. Capcom Presents what? What is this? Oh my God! What? Is that a T-Rex? What game is this? Oh my God! What the fuck? Oh, dude, it's Monster Hunter. It's Monster Hunter, guys. Wake up! It's not 2017 anymore. Okay? I fooled you guys. This was the announcement trailer for Monster Hunter World. That's what that was. And oh my God, dude. You just had to be there, guys. You just had to be there. Welcome back to my year of Capcom. We're officially in February. Therefore, it is Monster Hunter month. Okay? This month, I'm covering Monster Hunter World. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Man. This video is going to be a doozy, guys. So if you guys like Capcom, if you guys like Monster Hunter, go ahead, do me a favor, hit that like button, leave a sub. I appreciate that as well. And yeah, let's get to it, guys. This is my video for Monster Hunter World. So, before we get into the meat and potatoes, the main dish of why Monster Hunter World is such an amazing game, we gotta go back to 2017 again. I know I just said we left that year. I know, I understand. But we have to go back to 2017 because Capcom was a much different company back then, right? Mostly because they weren't doing so hot. They were kind of fiending for their next big game. And that wasn't coming for... Actually, you know what? I take that back. They got two big games. The first being Monster Hunter World. The second being Resident Evil 7.
What, do I just run for the back door?
Yes!
All the meat?
Yes! Grow 10 pairs of nuts and run for the back door. Hell yeah, baby. Let's... Woo! Which, ironically, was the video I did last month for our Year of Capcom, right? And these two games kind of have a soft spot for me because they're the two games that saved the company, right? The reason why Capcom is the juggernaut, the beast that it is today is because of these two games, right? So I love it. So Resident Evil had a foothold in the States already. Monster Hunter did not, right? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, speak for yourself, homeboy, because I've been playing Monster Hunter forever. Cool, I understand that, but for the rest of the United States, nobody was playing Monster Hunter, okay? Me personally, I played a couple Monster Hunter games before Monster Hunter World. I cannot tell you for the life of me which ones I played, but I played a few, right? So Monster Hunter World basically was the first really big Monster Hunter game to do it big in the West, right? And it was developed to be that in particular, right? A lot of people don't like that about this game. I get it. I understand. A lot of veteran Monster Hunter players. However, dude, the sales numbers do not lie. Sales numbers do not lie, man. Monster Hunter World is the highest selling game in Capcom's history. History. Followed very closely by Monster Hunter Rise and Resident Evil 7, right? Which you love to see it, man. You love to see it. So, a couple things about Monster Hunter World. They kind of simplified I don't even know what to call it, the flowchart of hunting in this game. It's one of the things that people don't like. They kind of simplified a couple things. Me personally, I love it. I love the controls of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World Iceborne introduced the Clutch Claw, which Okay, I got a couple problems with that. But we're not talking about Iceborne right now. We're talking about just regular Monster Hunter World, okay? And one thing that I really like about Monster Hunter World, and I think this is what makes Monster Hunter World such an amazing game, Monster Hunter World really focuses on the ecology of everything, right? What do I mean by that, you ask? I will tell you, audience. But first, you gotta hit that subscribe button. First, you gotta hit that subscribe button. You guys thought I wouldn't do it a second time. I did it a second time. By ecology, I mean the world of Monster Hunter itself, right? Growing up, I liked watching Animal Planet, right? Animal Planet was my jam. It was my jelly. It was my peanut butter. It was my everything, right? I watched Animal Planet. I watched the Discovery Channel. And my favorite part of those channels is that you just see creatures just out in the world and how they interact with the world and their ecological niche and what they, you know, how they affect the world around them, right? Monster Hunter World focuses very heavily on that, right? That's actually the big point of the game, believe it or not. Instead of just going out and hunting the monsters, you have to track the monsters down first, right? You have to find clues, footprints. Maybe the monster left a trail of slime, right? And that is what leads you to the monster. And then you start the hunt, right? And there's something really special about that. Okay? And I didn't realize that until I played Monster Hunter Rise, right? And I really missed that whole tracking down the monster thing, because that makes the world feel even more lived in than it already is, you know? On top of that, they really go ham on the monsters and how their biology, right? Perfect example is a monster that's introduced in this game. So introduced in this game is one of my favorite monsters, which is Basil Goose, or Basil Geese? Basil Geese? Whatever. The Bagel Goose, okay? And Basil Goose, or Basil Geese, his whole thing is that he's a monster that's been moved out of his territory, right? Another species has invaded his territory, so now he basically just roams around the map, disrupting environments, right? Which is really cool, right? And then the biology of Basil Geese is that it has these glands under its neck and on the bottom of its tail, and it produces this liquid that hardens as it touches the air, right? But this liquid is explosive. So while Basil Geese is fighting you, it's shaking its head, it's moving its tail, and it's flinging these bombs off of it, right? And they're called explosive scales, right? And if you're paying attention to Basil Geese, you can see it restock these bombs. It's the coolest thing, man. Another example, the final boss monster of Monster Hunter World Iceborne is this big-ass rock thing. He's a big-ass rock dragon, right? And his name is Shara Ishvalda, right? I call him Shara for short. And he's probably my favorite monster introduced in Iceborne, right? And basically, he's this ancient dragon thing, and like as it moves through the earth, big ass boulders and stones stick to it, right? And then as you fight it, it reveals what it actually looks like, and it's this horrible skinny looking skeleton thing. Look at it, it's creepy, right? And it controls vibrations. And then there's another monster, the flagship monster of Monster Hunter World, right, known as Nergigante, right? And Nergigante eats monsters like Shara Ishvalda, right? Elder dragons. There he is as we speak. He's a big-ass porcupine dragon, right? And Nergigante has these, like, crazy regenerative abilities, right? And the fact that he's eating elder dragons, all this biological energy that it's consuming, basically fuels its powers, right? As you fight Nergigante, spikes fly off of it, but it recovers them almost immediately, right? And it's the coolest thing to see in-game. Granted, you have to fight the monster, right? Which, another thing, the combat in Monster Hunter World, I mentioned this earlier, it is simplified compared to the other Monster Hunter games. But just in the context of Monster Hunter World itself, the combat is perfect, guys. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, the combat's different. That's not me. I love the combat of Monster Hunter World, right? Man, honestly, I could talk about the combat of this game forever. Literally forever. You guys won't know this, but this video, I'm actually 30 minutes into recording, right? This video is pushing the 30-minute mark. You guys aren't going to know that because I'm going to edit it down to 10 minutes. But that just goes to show you how passionate I am about this game, you know? Because, dude, what better way to start my year of Capcom series off with than the two games that saved the company, you know? Monster Hunter World and Resident Evil 7. I mentioned this earlier, I will always have a soft spot for these two games, man. I could talk about Monster Hunter World for hours. I could talk about the monsters in Monster Hunter World for hours. I could talk about the combat for hours. I could talk about the world itself. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna close this video out here before it gets a little long in the tooth. Guys, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe even. I appreciate that. Leave a comment. Who is your favorite monster in Monster Hunter World? I am genuinely curious, right? And I read all my comments. So, that does it for this month in my Year of Capcom series. Next month, we're going to do Resident Evil 4. We're going to do Resident Evil 4 because the Resident Evil 4 remake is coming out, right? And Capcom may or may not send me something. So, I look forward to that. But I had to get my Monster Hunter World video out. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.